Jeremiah Winfrey to knock that one away from a Panther receiver.
Well, you talk about the Hornets being more of a veteran crew. Our broadcast team is more of a veteran crew. Everybody's back from last year.
That's right.
It's exciting.
Obviously very exciting times, and there's a lot more to our crew as well. We're going to be working a lot of the producing from the KSAM studio as well, so we got a very great and mighty crew down with us, and a lot of great people that help make this broadcasting possible. Hammond will continue to go through the reps here with the offense for Lufkin. Throws this one on a screen to the left side, looking for his intended receiver in Braden Murphy, but that one well out of his reach. Well, while we have a chance here, we're going to step aside and take a break. When we return, we got a special guest that's going to join us here on the broadcast as we continue here from Lufkin, the Lufkin versus Huntsville scrimmage live on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network in KSAM Sports.
FreePropane.com. Got your attention? And no, this isn't a scam.
Halftime is a time of rest and refueling, a time to reflect and get ready for what is coming. Friends, Sundays are a great halftime for your life. The last week is behind you, and Sunday is a fresh start to a new week. It's to be a day of rest, a day to recharge. We believe there's no better place to do this than Northside Baptist Church. I invite you to come see us soon. I believe you'll be recharged and replenished as we worship God together. Come to the cross. We'll show you the Savior. I'm Reagan Cooksey, pastor of Northside Baptist Church. Are you listening?
Proud supporter of Huntsville High School, Danny Doherty State Farm in Huntsville covers all your business, auto, home, life, and renter's insurance needs. Call or stop by the office and get a quote today. They will find the right policy to fit your needs. Call Danny Doherty State Farm Insurance at 936-295-2067. That's 936-295-2067. Or visit them at 2914 Montgomery Road in Huntsville.
Exceeding all expectations for 3 generations, you can call us day or night. McWilliams and Son, we're the ones you trust, so count on us to come out and fix things right. All of East Texas knows when your AC goes, we got the best service round by far.
Is your old AC system struggling to keep up with the change in weather? For a limited time only, McWilliams Son Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing is offering up to $4,200 off a purchase of a select new system. That's right. Call us today to see how you qualify for up to $4,200 off a select new system. This deal won't last long, so call or visit McWilliams Son today for more details. With low monthly payments, our systems are affordable, and with top-notch installation, our team is ready to bring comfort to your home. McWilliams Son Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Service you'll salute since 1974. License TLCLA 2150.
McWilliams and Son, we're not comfortable until you are.
Are you thinking of...
Halftime is a time of rest.
Courage, integrity, perseverance, commitment, not just a job. This is a career with a purpose. The Texas Department of Criminal Justice is hiring correctional officers now. Full and part-time positions available, no experience required, paid training, great health care and retirement, and opportunities for base pay increases with continued service in the first year. Apply now at tdcj.texas.gov/co. That's tdcj.texas.gov/co. Serve Texas with purpose.
AB Squared Self-Storage is your local go-to self-storage facility that can help give you the extra space you need, big or small. From non-climate and climate-controlled storage to parking spaces for your car, boat, trailer, and RV, they have it all. AB Squared Self-Storage has 24-hour computerized gate access, around-the-clock security camera monitoring, no long-term lease commitment, and convenient payment option. Give them a call today at 936-755-5000 or reserve your space online at www.ab2selfstorage.com.
Hi, folks. Clint back here with Wiesner in Huntsville. And just in time for the kids to go back to school, we're having our huge summer sell-down event. You've been waiting for the discounts on the new trucks, and it's time. We have rates as low as 0.9% APR on full-size trucks, and prices starting at only $37,995 for qualified buyers. Looking for a wonderful SUV that gets great fuel economy? Come get a Buick Encore GX starting at only $26,495, and rates as low as only 1.9% APR for qualified buyers. Don't miss out on this opportunity to save thousands of dollars. Hurry down to Wiesner of Huntsville and take advantage of the summer sell-down event, or visit us online at WiesnerHuntsville.com. Wiesner is home of the bottom line.
Hey, this is Austin Taylor, varsity quarterback for the Huntsville Hornets, and you're watching Hornet football on 101.7 KSAM. Sting Hornets.
And we welcome you back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Abe Martin Stadium in Lufkin, continuing coverage here of the Huntsville Hornets taking on the Lufkin Panthers in a scrimmage tonight. Going through the reps down on the field right now for the offense and the defense. Currently Huntsville's offense out there led by Austin Taylor, working against the Lufkin defense right now before we get into the 2 quarters of 12 minutes. Joining us here is an old friend of ours at 101.7 KSAM, our former operations manager and program director. Now with a station up here in the Lufkin-Nacogdoches area, it is Mr. Steve Ricks. Steve!
What's going on, fellas?
What's up?
Carlos, Brian.
Rick,
it's been over a year since I saw you guys.
I know.
You've grown. It's good to see you. Nice.
Grown out?
In all the right places. In all the right places. All right.
Oh, yeah.
This is I haven't been here since the scrimmage year before last.
Gotcha.
And so it's nice to be back out here. This is my home turf. I'm a Lufkin Panther. I graduated Lufkin in 1987, showing my age. Played on this field. There's a lot of memories here, high school memories. Of course, I have some really fond memories of Huntsville and the Hornets and being part of the Hornet Nation. And so my heart is in Lufkin, but my soul is in Huntsville. You know, it's really great to see these guys out here getting ready to kick off another season, man. Another season of high school football. It's exciting. It's
very exciting, obviously. You know, like we said last year, it was a young team. They can't use that excuse anymore. They've got a lot of age now to that squad and poised to hopefully make some deep runs in the postseason like they did over the last few years. So,
yeah.
Tell me, what you been up to? You were in Louisiana for a bit?
I was Louisiana, South Texas, busy down there. I got to eat some really good food, though.
Yeah.
They have some great boudin and great Cajun food down there. I gained 30 or 40 pounds, and then I decided to come back to East Texas and eat some more fried food and gain some more weight. So what the heck?
Nothing wrong with.
No, it's been good. It's been a very good last couple of months back in my hometown. My dad still lives here. He graduated Lufkin High back in the early 40s, and my mom lives in Tyler, so I'm kind of in between. It's nice to be back in my hometown.
How are the kids? They doing good?
Everybody's doing great, man. They're trying to find their way in life, you know?
Yes, we
trying
all
to
are.
find. I think I'm still trying to figure it out.
Me too.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question for you, Rick.
Yeah.
All right. Former Lufkin Panther, graduated in 87.
Yeah.
You played out here on this field that the Hornets and the Lufkin are scrimmaging on right now.
Yes.
Okay. So I graduated from Huntsville in 86.
Okay, yeah.
Well, as you look at the field and you look at everything you see, what is different from when you were playing to what you're seeing now?
So much. These stands are the same. Visitor stands and home stands are the same. The extra bleachers weren't here. This new field house, which is unreal, it's a really nice facility, is new. This is faux grass. Is that what they call it?
Faux grass.
Faux grass?
Yes.
We had real grass. Our coach, and I can't remember who it was when I played, Coach Culpepper, one of those guys. We had real grass, and it was fancy grass. But that's the biggest change is really the field itself. You know, we didn't have a Panther on in the middle on the 50-yard line. We did have a collection of rocks down here. I don't know if you remember that.
Well, the reason, yeah.
We went through the Panther rock phase.
Yeah.
So we had, some people have a, whatever the thing is, right, to round and roust up the guys. You're fighting for whatever that thing is. Well, we had a rock down there with our names on it, and that was the thing we fought for. And so everybody got behind the rock. And I don't know if you're familiar with the competition between Lufkin and Nacogdoches, the oldest rivalry in Texas.
Yeah.
And so every year we'd come and, they would come here, we'd go there, and we'd beat them again.
Of course.
And but one year, the last year I was in high school, Nacogdoches came over right before the game, and they burned NAC in the field in huge letters, NAC.
Oh, wow.
And then they spray painted our rock.
Oh, man.
And we beat them 73-0.
Well, the reason I asked you that question is because where I practiced in the high school, we had 2 goalposts in a field covered with stickers, ant beds, and all the fun stuff.
Yes, all the briars.
All the briars. but now, and we haven't had it yet, but that same field that you're looking at now, that I'll be looking at here in a few weeks, is completely different.
Yes.
I mean, completely different. I mean, they've got a $35 million state-of-the-art stadium that is going right where I played in the sticker burrs and the ant beds with 2 goalposts. Totally different scene from when I was there to now.
I've been watching the updates on Twitter and via social media, and to see that amazing stadium going up in Huntsville, one of the most deserved school districts in the state, deserve to have their own field. And for us to have been involved with that bond issue that passed in Huntsville, to spend that money to build a stadium and the facilities those kids deserve to be on. There's something about it. And we talked about this during the bond issue. There's something about having your own home field, man. It's your thing, right?
100%.
It's great to have Bearcat Stadium to play in, but that's not your home turf.
Right.
You really don't have one. Now they've got one, and I'm incredibly excited for the opportunity for the Huntsville kids to have such amazing facilities at their disposal, and such a just takes the whole city to another level.
Talking with Steve Ricks here, former operations and manager and program director for 101.7 KSAM and our sister station, 94.1 and 104.9 The Lake. Steve, obviously, lots changed around in Huntsville since you've been around there. Let me ask you, I mean, not to get too sentimental for a moment, but just, what do you miss most?
Gonna make me cry?
No. What do you miss most?
I'll tell you what, I miss the people. Stephanie Pitts, for one, just right on the top of the list there. The people and the relationships that I made in Huntsville, I was only there for a short time, about 8 years or so. But you guys and everybody at the station, I miss every single one of you. I miss all the people in the community. I miss going to events and seeing all the people that I know and that I love and that I worked with. Those relationships are very important to me. I try to maintain as many of them as possible. We've maintained connection, us and Brian Reeder back at the station and other folks in the Huntsville area. I reach out to try and stay connected. It's a very special place, and it will always have a special place in my heart.
Well, Brian's done a good job, a very great job, with everything, doing operations and program directing. We're glad to have him there, but we sure do miss you, of course. Obviously, it's a nice little play down there on Jeremiah Winfrey and everything that went up. But, it's a great place to be in Huntsville. I came 4 years ago as undergrad at Sam Houston, and if you told me, as the spry 21-year-old that I was when I came to Huntsville, I say spry because I've injured myself since then. But if you told me 4 years ago this is where I'd be, I would have called you crazy. But to be honest, greatly blessed to be in such a great community.
I remember when you came in, Carlos.
Oh, that's right.
First thought was,
I forgot you hired me.
First thought was, who is this guy, and what's he going to do for me? Well, you know what? You've grown into this position, Carlos. You've really, you have been in the right place at the right time, and your professionalism and your talent has shown through. You have put yourself where you deserve to be. So
and dedication.
Absolute dedication. There's a lot to be said about dedication.
I appreciate it.
Yes, you're doing a great job. I've been following along with you guys and seeing what you've done with the Hornet network, and it's really great. nothing but positive things coming out in the future.
Well, it doesn't happen without you, brother. Just being able
I'm a proud person. I'm a proud parent to have been there during the formative years, the birth of the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network, and it's great to see what you guys have done. But I think one of my high school coaches is still down there on the sideline.
Wow.
Coach, I was trying to find him, Coach Simmons, Winfred Simmons. He was a linebacker coach when I was in high school, and I saw him here the last time. He never retired, but he was the guy that taught me when I shaved. I used to have lots of razor burn, and he'd look at me and go, "Come here, boy. You got a lot of razor burn." I said, "I don't know. I use new razors. I'm using new razors, Coach. You got to splash your skin with rubbing alcohol after you get done." And I said,
I was going to say Old Spice.
No, rubbing alcohol. And to this day, rubbing alcohol every time I shave.
Interesting.
Nice.
Coach Simmons, wherever you are, Coach Simmons, thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, I didn't see him on the coaches list, but I'm sure he's still involved in some facet around here.
Yes, yeah, he was an integral part of this team. His son is a big-time lawyer here in town.
Well,
we all used to go to church together, so he's a good friend of ours.
Well, while we're throwing the kudos around to you, I'm going to throw mine your way.
Oh, no.
You've when I came on board, however many years ago it was, you really were a big help to me and a big inspiration to me, and I appreciate that.
Amen.
So, I was telling Stephanie on the way over here that I never would have dreamed where I'd have been, where I'm at now, from where it all started.
Right.
It's been such a wild ride, and I appreciate everything you did, taught me, showed me. I'm grateful to you, man.
Man, you and you got one of those rings too.
Yeah, I do actually.
Look at that.
Imagine that.
Yeah, it's nice to have been there watching you come up. You were, I think, when I first started working at the station, you were a sideline guy.
Yes.
And then you moved into the booth and grabbed it and ran with it. And you've had some history behind you with Cooter back in the day.
Yeah.
That's I hope he's still doing good. I remain in contact with him every once in a while.
Yep.
We need to get together and have lunch together.
We have to do that. I enjoy that when we get together.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, speaking of Sideline Reporter, one of your final products that you pumped out before you made
Is
the
that him over there?
That is him. Mr. Luke Scott is down there on the sideline with here. Hey, Luke, we got Steve up here, our old buddy. Hopefully we can
turn the mic on, Luke. We hadn't quite figured that part out yet. Yeah. Technical issues.
Oh, well, that's right. We had to switch some stuff out. Luke, what you got?
Rick C, it's Kyle.
Good to see you.
I just wanted to say.
Yep,
that's about
it. Yeah, I just like to say.
Okay, try it again.
No,
we had it for a second.
There I am.
There you are.
Yeah, I just wanted to say what's up. It's been a while.
It has been, man. I've missed your humor.
I know. Well, when you KSAM and go somewhere else, you kind of lose out on some of the fun.
Yes, I do. I admit that. I do miss out on the fun.
Hey, it's good to hear your voice, though.
Good to see you from afar, my friend.
Absolutely. Luke down there on the sideline for us. Continuing to get the action for us as we're still going through some reps down here on the field, and we'll get into the quarters here in just a little while. Ricks, I know it's been a while since you've been around the Hornets, but obviously in your last year with us, the Hornets didn't make the postseason, and then last year making it into the postseason just by the skin of their teeth. I mean, just from what you're looking at out there on the field right now, I mean, what do you think?
I see lots of quickness, lots of good decision-making. I see routes being run right. It looks very positive to me. I know this is only a scrimmage, but you get to see, the team and how they're working together, first string all the way down. So it looks like they have a good cohesive group, and moving fast. And catching balls, running balls, that's what it's all about.
Well, one thing that stood out to me that I think Rodney Southern always alluded to is that when he's talking about opponents that they were up against, last year was your year to get the Hornets because now they've got such a cohesive unit out there. I know that didn't really show right there. That was really timing on my part. But either way, this is a more cohesive unit than we've seen in the last couple of years because they've been able to mesh together very well. So we'll see what head coach Rodney Southern and his crew have going over the next couple of years. While we have you up here, I want to say we've got that Hornet Nation Coaches Show up and running strong.
Good.
One facet of the one part of the bond that is finished is the new Hornet practice field out there at the high school. Brand new synthetic turf.
They've been practicing on that.
Awesome. It's built up a bit higher, so there's a nice little breeze that rolls through that area over there. There's a nice little deep ball thrown there by the Hornets.
Which is good for these early games, especially with the heat we're going through right now.
Absolutely. We talked about it earlier.
Right now, we're in the shade. It's pretty bearable. I mean, this is one of the hottest days of the year so far. So I'm so excited about when are they going to dedicate? I saw that they had to push things back a little bit. Are they going to dedicate the stadium?
Yes. So the range of time, the timetable really for the stadium to be complete and for them to get the keys is between September 15th and September 30th, which would be right in time for the Clear Springs game. That's the final non-district game before we roll into district. That's the earliest we can get into the new stadium. So hopefully here pretty soon we'll play 2 games of ours, one on the road against Bryan, so not quite going to get into the new stadium in time for next week, but obviously you want to get into a new stadium and have it be pristine, tip-top shape before you roll a bunch of people.
You want all the things working.
Yes.
You want all the lights working, especially the toilets working. Everything's important.
Yes.
So that's great. I look forward to getting over there, and make sure you tell Southern I said hello, and I'm sure you'll run into Dr. Shepard over there, and Shannon, and all the folks at the HISD. Please tell them I said hello.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure I'll see you at the dedication ceremony.
Oh, absolutely. We will be there, live in living color, as they used to say back in the day. So,
all right, I'll let you get back to it.
Ryan, do you have anything, last things for our buddy Steve?
No, it's just great to see you.
Good to see you.
You know, we don't, I know we get to do lunch every blue moon, and we'll do that more often.
We will.
Good.
I'm only an hour and 15 minutes away. I'll get over there. It's in Sound Boss.
I was going to say.
Take up whenever I want.
Well, so why don't we do this while we have you? I was going to ask you, Rick, tell us what you're doing now. Since you left KSAM, I know you're back in Lufkin. Tell us what you're doing.
I went to Beaumont Lake Charles for a little while, and it was a really great experience down there. I've always wanted to live in Southeast Texas, and the station here in the Nacogdoches Lufkin area is KJCS. It's an old station, been here for a very long time, and the company I work for is out of Bryan College Station, and they bought the station a few months ago, and it's a classic country station, and we're taking it literally from the ground up and rebuilding it, and I'm the general manager, which I never thought that would be on my resume.
Congratulations.
Really, when they offered it, I was like, "Are you sure you want this guy?" I mean, okay. So it's been great. It's been a learning experience. I love to learn new skills and add to my career, and that's been a real blessing. Like I said, being able to come home, be close to my dad. I've seen my dad more in the last month than I have in the last 2 years.
That's awesome.
So that's a real special thing. You know, time is the thing that we don't have enough of with family, and so being able to do that, see them, it's an absolute blessing.
Absolutely.
Well, man, I tell you, you just said something that really strikes home. You know, I firmly believe hug on them, love on them, because they're not there forever.
That's right.
You know,
you're absolutely right.
And that time you have with them is special. And
you're just you got. Didn't somebody leave off? Stephanie went off to college, and everybody's leaving to go to college.
Going to college, going into the military, going somewhere.
That's right.
Yeah.
Your son's going into the military.
Yeah, he just graduated with the Air Force, and he's crew chief out of Fort Worth. And I look at him kind of going, wow.
Wow.
Yeah. What else can you say, man? So
Absolutely.
proud of him.
That's great, man. That's great.
Well,
That's good.
I'm not quite there yet, but, I'll take my sweet time.
That's right.
On that
and
front.
that's good.
That's right. I still got a lot of time. So, Steve, obviously, pleasure to have you back up here on the broadcast, and just thank you for everything that you've done for both of us and for this entire crew that you see here. You got Jordan back here running all the production behind us here.
Oh, hey.
We got some other staff that we've brought on since then. Christian Cortez, Houston Hardcastle, Eric Mays right below me here. And of course, Luke Collin, and we now have a female on the staff as well as our sideline reporter this year, Kendall Morris. So,
excellent.
Great crew here, and you laid the foundation for all of us in helping us here at the radio station. So we thank you very, very much.
Well, I appreciate that. I won't take all the credit, but I will take some of it. Okay. There are a lot of people involved that put all this together, and so it's really nice to see that it's become a very positive thing for everybody.
Absolutely.
So, thank you guys for having me.
Before I let you go, as I do with the players and the coaching staff, anybody want to give a big shout out to?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Glenn Edwards.
There you go.
Big Glenn.
Big Glenn.
Diesel.
Hope he's doing all right. I try to talk to him every once in a while. I haven't caught up with him recently. I do see his weekly Hawaiian shirt.
Yes.
So that gives me great pleasure.
He loves those Hawaiian shirts.
I'm going to buy him a new one because I think he has 5. So I'm going to give him a note just to put into the rotation.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely, Steve.
Thanks,
Thank
Rick.
you very much. So we're going to step aside and take another break. More continuing coverage here from A. Martin Stadium in Lufkin between the Huntsville Hornets and the Lufkin Panthers, with the scrimmage continues after this.
Halftime is a time of rest and refueling, a time to reflect and get ready for what is coming. Friends, Sundays are a great halftime for your life. The last week is behind you. Halftime is an opportunity for teams to rest from the events of the first half and get a plan for the future of the second half. Broadcasters are busy analyzing what has already happened, while coaches are planning strategies and making changes, but the final score is yet to be determined. We want a Hornet victory in the future. Life is
I'm Jerry Larson at Reliable Auto Parts, your auto parts plus store in Huntsville, Texas, having great products, excellent quality, and outstanding prices. This is what you can expect from Reliable Parts, where you can purchase all your car care products, maintenance supplies, and auto parts. Our services and in-house store offerings are designed to keep your vehicle and motorized machine in proper working condition. Reliable Parts, your auto parts store, 1011 11th Street, Huntsville, 295-5747.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Texas. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
FreePropane.com. Got your attention? And no, this isn't a scam. It's true. You can get free propane from A&D Propane in Huntsville, the only locally owned and operated propane dealer in Huntsville. A&D Propane not only fill residential and commercial propane tanks, they also do cylinder refills for your grill at 80% capacity, unlike getting 75% when you exchange your tank. A&D Propane also offers discounts to senior citizens, members of the military, and first responders. Visit A&D Propane online at FreePropane.com or call 936-295-2555.
Are you thinking of selling, buying, or investing? This is Frank Oliveras, United States Marine Corps veteran with Pinnacle Realty. From my family to yours, we want to say thank you to all the friends and families for trusting us with your vision and dream for the past 13 years. Remember, to our family, relationship matters, and friends turn into family. Give me a call, Frank Oliveras, for your real estate needs today. 936-577-6419 or 936-661-1575. Thank you, and we love you in Christ Jesus.
It's that time you've been waiting for. Hi, folks. Clint Mack here with Wiesner in Huntsville. And just in time for the kids to go back to school, we're having our huge summer sell-down event. You've been waiting for the discounts on the trucks, and it's time. We have rates as low as 1.9% APR on full-size trucks and rebates up to $3,750 for qualified buyers. Don't miss out on this opportunity to save thousands upon thousands of dollars on your new Chevy pickup. Hurry down to Wiesner of Huntsville and take advantage of the summer sell-down event, or visit us online at WiesnerHuntsville.com. Wiesner is home of the bottom line.
Huntsville ISD is the best place for children to be. We offer a full-day pre-K center to advanced career and college options, along with a variety of extracurricular activities and award-winning fine arts, band and athletics programs, an excellent child nutrition and bus transportation services, bilingual ESL and GT programs, special education services, and a career and technical education program that provides multiple certification and licensing options for students. Visit huntsville-isd.org. It's a great day to be a Hornet. We're building champions, everyone, every day.
Unrivaled in quality, reputation, and workmanship, McGilberry Mechanical has kept families across Huntsville and beyond safe from problems posed by electric and HVAC issues for over 3 decades. It's because here, we care about your comfort. It's the benchmark we set from the moment we connect with a client. No matter your issue, no job is outside the scope of our licensed, bonded, and insured skilled technicians. Call us today before Old Man Winter takes over your home. 936-291-2640. Unrivaled in quality, reputation, and workmanship, McGillberry Mechanical has kept families across Huntsville and beyond safe from problems posed by electric and HVAC issues for over 3 decades. It's because here, we care about your comfort. Call us today, 936-291-2640. McGillberry Mechanical has kept families across Huntsville and beyond safe from problems from HVAC for over 3 decades. It's because here, we care about your comfort. Call us today, 936-291-2640.
This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network, 101.7 KSAM Huntsville, and on the KSAM mobile app, Sting 'em Hornets. Hometown proud, Hornet strong. KSAM is your hometown radio station.
Welcome you back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Abe Martin Stadium in Lufkin, Texas, as we're continuing to go through more of the progressions for both the offense and the defense out here before we roll into the set of 12-minute quarters that we will go through. The sun has pretty much almost completely set behind us. It's still up in the air a little bit, but at least this side of the press box is completely shaded now here at Abe Martin Stadium in Lufkin. We just chatted with our former operations manager and program director at 101.7 KSAM and 94.1 and 104.9 The Lake, Steve Ricks. Thank him for coming on with us and chatting things up with us. He'll hang out with us for a little while here as we continue to watch the Hornets go to work here. They're now on offense here against Lufkin. Lufkin just had a touchdown, quote-unquote, if you will. As they're continuing to go through these progressions here, Brian, I mean, obviously the guys are starting to get that feel of that live game now that they've gone through about, 6 or 7 progressions.
Yeah, you know what? Lufkin had the ball, and, they started out the scrimmage kind of doing special teams. Each team got a couple opportunities, the punting game, kicking game, et cetera. And now they're actually got the offense and defense out there, and you can start to see, both teams kind of gel and come together after a few snaps. And I'm excited to really see what happens when we start, 2 quarters of live football. It's going to be exciting to see.
You see Austin Taylor get the snap, throws this one right side. That is caught on the right side of the line by Peyton Pryor, junior wide receiver for the Huntsville Hornets. That'll run it to a 4th down. They'll continue to work through the offense here. Austin Taylor, of course, we mentioned earlier, now the junior quarterback for the Hornets, and he's got that offensive line in front of him. You got J.T. Kroll there at the left tackle, switching over from the defensive line. John Trey Barkin looks to be lining up in the left guard. Brian Parker Jr., the junior, he is under center. Now, Daniel Cruz there, the senior offensive lineman there at right guard. And then on the far side of the line is sophomore offensive lineman Trey Williams. So that's the offensive line in front of Austin Taylor right now as they'll reset here on 1st down. Continue to go through this back and forth, trading the ball left and right before we get to the quarters. A handoff here running this one left side. This is the running back Melton Green Jr. He is run out of bounds past the 35-yard line, swarmed up there by a couple of Lufkin Panthers.
Let's talk about Austin Taylor just for a few minutes. And as I was saying, when we started the broadcast, a couple of times this summer, he and I went to Bedrock and just kind of threw the ball around for about an hour each time. And, my takeaways just from being out there with him, just he and I, he's got a very strong arm, very live arm. But what was really impressive was his accuracy. And for somebody who was a junior, to have the accuracy that he has was very impressive to me. And I think just his overall maturity and his leadership skills from last year to this year, Carlos, is night and day.
Absolutely.
And that's exciting, man. I'm excited for him and the Hornet wide receivers because those guys, if they run those routes properly, that ball is going to be there for them, and then it'll be their job to hang on to it. But I was very impressed with Austin.
So that's what Austin's been working on in the offseason, trying to get ready for this year. We had him on the KSAM Sports podcast not too long ago, and I talked with him about just overcoming the injury he had last year against Montgomery. When you deal with the injury that he had, it's so tough to come back from sometimes because of how lucrative of an injury that it is. And, he looks like he's back to where he was prior to that injury last year, if not already better than what he was last year. You talked about that a little bit there. So I think he's recovered well. I think he's going to be a very vital asset for the Hornets. Not so much of a quarterback battle this year. He's really been the main option for Huntsville. You got Marcus Lewis behind him on the depth chart, as well as DeMarcus Williams. So you got options if he were to go down again. Obviously, we hope that he doesn't, but that's the thing about this Hornet team. They have some depth in some really critical positions so far as we get ready for the season to start.
Well, that's a great point. You talk about depth. You got to have depth, and that's what good teams have, is a lot of depth, because then they can wear you down. And that's something that's happened to the Hornets in recent years. They've had teams that have kind of worn them down. But I think the roles are reversed this year, and I think we're going to see a lot of, when you get to the third quarter, fourth quarter, you're going to see a lot of fresher athletes out there for the Hornets because they have so much depth. So, again, it's going to be very exciting this year to watch this team.
These guys continue to work through on the sidelines here. That nice little hitch route there by Savion Conte, another one of the returners from last year. That's one facet we haven't really talked about yet, is that wide receiver core that Austin Taylor has to choose from here. Out there on the field right now, you got Savion Conte. He's the one all the way at the top on your screen. Peyton Pryor's lined up in a slot there on the right side, the far side, and down here close to us. Actually, that's Peyton Pryor. That's actually close to us. Not sure who that is there lined up in the slot. That's Milton Green. Taylor's going to launch a deep ball here looking for Savion Conte, but it falls incomplete. But a flag does fly in late. Of course, those penalties this year, they are sponsored by our great friends when we got laundry on the field. Sponsored by our great friends at A&D Propane.
One of the things I want to see more of this year than we saw last year, and we will because of, Austin being in there second for his junior start, but is more vertical passing down the field as opposed to throwing the ball horizontally. And I know Huntsville and a lot of high school teams do that, but I want to see some more vertical down the field. And one of the things I was talking to Austin about, which I took advantage of, and is because if you can take advantage of it, it is a momentum killer. It is if your opponent turns the ball over, and Austin gets to come back out with the offense on the first play. One of the things I always loved to do was to air it out and try to kill them on a deep ball and just knock them down. And that, if Huntsville gets to those things, they didn't have any of that last year or the previous year, as I recall. But if they can get some of those big plays after turnovers, that will turn the momentum. And I'm telling you, the Hornets will score so many more points. And that's something that I think the Hornets want to try to take advantage of as well.
Continue to work through the progressions down there on the field. We've made a switch at the sideline reporter position for the time being. Luke Scott's up here in the stands with us, and another one of our sideline reporters on staff. There's a nice little pass there to Milton Green, our third member of our crew now, who you'll be hearing throughout most of the games this year. Kendall Morris. Kendall.
Hey guys, sorry for that sound. I was moving the microphone around.
All good, all good. Kendall, you've gotten to experience it down there on the sideline this year. Of course, we're glad to have you on our crew. You're with your alma mater, Holland, last year, who were also the Hornets. And now you make the jump over here to the green and white with us. Just what have you been enjoying out there on the sideline, and what have you been seeing so far?
Obviously, everybody's hot and exhausted. There's a lot of yelling. It's very, very similar to Holland, I would say. The sideline's loud and angry and ready to be done, I think.
Well, I think they still got a long way to go. But, just watching things on the offensive side of the ball, Austin Taylor's obviously the big highlight there. From your perspective, just from what you've seen out there with him on the field, what's going to be paramount for him this year to be able to help lead this Hornet offense?
He's just going to have to keep their spirits up, and he's going to keep his eyes out. He's got lots of different choices. You just got to make the right ones, the right calls. Just be on point instead of original game plan. You kind of got to veer off from that sometimes.
Brian, got anything for him?
No, hey, Kendall, we're excited to have you part of the team. I know we've worked together before with Sam Houston. What over there on the sidelines, what is your general take when you hear the players talking about what's going on out here in the scrimmage right now?
They're getting on to each other. They're holding each other accountable as they should, and they're also making sure to lift up each other, because if you just negative all the time, nothing good's going to come out of it. But they're definitely making adjustments and listening to coaches and hearing what they have to say.
All right, Kendall, thank you very much down there on the sidelines for us as we close in on those 2 quarters of play that'll hopefully begin here in a little while. Man, it seems like they've been just going back and forth on these reps for so long, but that's things you got to work on here. Is Lufkin now working here on the offensive side of the ball as a couple of Hornets swarming in there on the Lufkin running back. A couple of new names that we haven't talked about. Caston Skeens making that stop, as well as a couple other of Hornets as well from the linebacker spot. Destin Zapoli, the junior linebacker, brother of Waylon Zapoli.
We called Waylon's name a bunch when he was here. You said something a while ago when the Hornet defense is out there. You said swarm, and I've been waiting. It's been a year since I've heard the word swarm, and that's what Hornet defense is famous for, is swarming that football. And, man, it kind of gave me chills when I heard you say that. That was cool.
You see it right there. Much more Hornets getting to the second-team offense here of Lufkin. They continue to go through all their progressions. The quarter's coming here in just a little while. Again, if you are tuning in on the 101.7 KSAM YouTube channel, well, you're in the right place because that's the only place you can catch tonight's scrimmage here this evening. We return to the FM airwaves next week for the game against A&M Consolidated and the Huntsville Hornets. You can also catch it, the live video broadcast right here for every Hornet football game on the 101.7 KSAM YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and let your friends and family know that this is where all of Huntsville Hornet athletics is going to be for a very, 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 very long time. As here comes a safety blitz off the edge, actually linebacker blitz, but it was well blocked, and the fake really confused the Hornets there for Lufkin. But again, if you are chiming in there in the chat, we'd love to hear from all of you.
You know what? That was a great fake by that Lufkin quarterback. And I tell you, that's another aspect of the game that is so important. And, you know, if you can freeze those linebackers, even for just a split second, you get an advantage on them. That's why your fakes are so important. And he did a good one, but that was a great tackle by the Hornets secondary to keep that from being a huge play.
We'll give a big shout-out to our good buddy Justin Kring. His birthday is tomorrow. Happy early birthday, Justin.
Happy birthday, Justin.
Former Huntsville Hornet in his own right. Lots of other folks coming in on the chat as well. Again, like I said, let your friends and family know this is where you're going to catch every Hornet football video broadcast, Hornet basketball, boys and girls, Hornet baseball, Hornet softball, and much, much more that we've got up our sleeve coming up over these next few seasons of Huntsville Hornet athletics. Of course, this is the first week back to school for the Hornets. A lot of them trying to just get back into the swing of things, not just in football, but in the classroom as well. And that's one thing I think Coach Rodney Southern really prided that his athletes that are on that sideline, they're not only good on the field, but they're good in the classroom as well. And in my personal humble opinion, that is more important to be very stout in the classroom than compared to on the field.
Well, one of the things Rodney Southern has done since he's been here, what is this, 8, 9 years?
I believe this is year number 10.
Is this 10? This is 10, isn't it? That's right. He has changed the culture here at the high school, and it is phenomenal. And you're right, it's all about the student athletes. Because you're more than just an athlete. You know, your grades are the most important thing, and that is something that he stresses to all of his players and all of the coaches and all the different sports in high school, that it is all about the classroom. All the sports and stuff is great in secondary, but it is so important to get your education.
Lufkin will go through a snap here. Good defensive breakdown there by the Hornet defensive line, and they'll swarm to the running back that they got to right there, number 44. Once again, making a stop. Destin Zapoli, the junior linebacker. Again, like I said, you can catch every game going forward for Hornet football on the 101.7 KSAM YouTube channel and on the FM airwaves on 101.7 KSAM. You can also listen to the broadcast when they're on the FM airwaves on the KSAM mobile app. It's available on iOS and Android devices. You can listen in the car, at home, or even at the ball game as well. It does not matter. Take your hometown radio station and Huntsville Hornets on the go wherever you go. And you can send it to all your friends and family that may not be able to make it out to the ball game. They can watch the game. They can also listen to the game on the app and on the FM airwaves as well. Motion out of the backfield here for Lufkin to continue to work through all these progressions. Deep ball thrown here, well out of the reach of his receiver there. The back of sophomore quarterback Javion Johnson currently working the reps right now for Lufkin, looking for Caleb Barraza. So a lot of the young guns out there right now for both of these teams. So once they continue to get through these bits, I believe we will then transition to the quarters, because now we've worked through all the first team and the second team. And now some of the third teams are getting some reps out here as well on varsity side of things. JV and freshmen, they got going earlier. They split the field and worked through their progressions as well. So the future's very bright on both sides of the ball, for Lufkin and for the Hornets. Wind picking up here ever so slightly as the low play dead.
Yeah, the ball was snapped into the ground. Whistle dead immediately.
That won't work.
Nope, can't do that.
And it's been pretty warm out today. I mean, I'm saying that very, very, very lightly because the heat has just continued. But, Brian, I was looking at the weather today and the future, and there's chance for rain because there's a system that might be developing in the Gulf here.
Carlos, don't be
I'm not
pulling any legs.
I'm not trying to. But I'm just following what I'm following on my weather. I have my trusted meteorologists that I follow because every now and then I have to do weather when I'm on air, and sometimes I'm proved wrong. So I'm going to my trusted meteorologist on this one. There's a chance for it to form. Last I checked, 20%, so I'm not going to hold my breath on it. But as much as the rain has benefited the stadium being built because they haven't had to stop because of weather over the last month and a half, but man, brother, I see the grass outside my apartment. We need the rain.
We need the rain. You know, you don't want to wish a hurricane on anybody.
Absolutely.
However, we could use the rain from it for sure.
Absolutely. So we'll see how things pan out. It looks like second team action out there for Hornets. Mr. Marcus Lewis, the sophomore quarterback, now going to be doing some reps down there on the field. So working out of the gun. He'll hand this one off. Running this one left side, Peyton Pryor. Good healthy chunk of run there from the young junior wideout. You know, watching Marcus in practice and then watching him at the Watermelon scrimmage, you know, he's got a lot of boys under him, and he's only a sophomore, just 1 year behind Austin Taylor. So he's definitely going to be very critical for the Hornets, especially once Austin graduates. You see him there working there out of the gun. Now look to throw. Throws this one into the flat on the left side. Trying to get and turn it upfield. That is Josh Stanley, the junior wideout. And a lot of new names that we're going to have to get very, very familiar with as the season progresses. Brandon Phelps checks back into the game, checks into the game, I should say. Roderick Smither, one of those guys that played a lot of JV ball last year, coming off for him. And if you're just joining us, Carlos Zimmermann alongside me is Brian Adams. Moore's down on the sideline for us at the moment as we're continuing to go through this just back and forth, doing reps left and right before we get into the quarters. Of course, following the 2 quarters, we will get to chat with Coach Robbie Southern, get his perspective on the ballgame tonight before we start the whole shebang next week. And of course, I do want to mention one other big thing for you folks. I touched on it a little bit earlier during our interview with Steve Ricks, but Hornet Nation Coaches Show is back, ladies and gentlemen, sponsored by our great friends at Chick-fil-A. We will be back at Chick-fil-A starting on August 28th, but this Monday, August the 21st, we've got something very, very special for all of you. We're going to do our first edition of Hornet Nation Coaches Show from the practice field at Huntsville High School with the backdrop of the brand new stadium in the background there. That's where the first edition of the Hornet Nation Coaches Show will be this Monday night at 7 p.m. If you can't make it out there to join us in person, you can, of course, watch the show here on the KSAM YouTube channel, as well as listen to it on 101.7 KSAM. So, Brian, we get to start things out in the elements a little bit, but obviously get to showcase what's been going on at the high school with the brand new stadium there for our first show.
Oh, that's going to be awesome. You know, the Coaches Show is such a cool thing, and the nice Chick-fil-A, they treat us so nice. It's always a big crowd. And a lot of times it's a very boisterous, fun, loud bunch, and that's what we love. You know, it's a great atmosphere. But to your point, Carlos, man, how exciting would that be to have your first Coaches Show there as part of the new sports complex area? I mean, that's going to be awesome.
We're going to do exactly that again this Monday, 7 p.m. Bring some lawn chairs, bring the friends, bring the family, bring the kiddos, and we're going to have a great time out there at the Hornet practice field this Monday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So that's the nice thing we did for you. We waited till the sun went down just a little bit more, so it's a little bit cooler out there. It may still be a little warm, but we do want you to join us for the first edition of the Hornet Nation Coaches Show this Monday night.
And bring lots of ice water.
Yes, please. We would appreciate that a lot. Don't need people dropping like flies out there at the practice field. Brian, have you had a chance to go out to that practice field just yet?
You know what? I have. I've driven by it once, and it is amazing.
Yes.
You know, it's like you could put some bleachers up and have a super nice high school stadium there. They're on the practice field, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I have. And I'm telling you, folks, you know, Rick said it a while ago. It's well-deserved. And I said finally. And it's done so much it's going to do so much for the community. But one thing we didn't really talk about a while ago was the amount of great run after the catch. But what we didn't talk about a while ago was the other revenue streams that's going to bring in from playoff games, from people all over the place wanting to be a part of that stadium and have their games.
And the nice thing about Huntsville being where it's at, it's right in a beautiful spot between between Houston and Dallas.
Right.
I mean, it's a little closer to Houston, obviously, compared to Dallas, but Dallas is still only about 2 hours away. So teams that are wanting to, you know, play their playoff games, if they're playing a Houston school or vice versa, they need a halfway point. They may not want to have to come up a little bit further than they have to. So Huntsville's going to be a hotbed, not only for football, but for baseball and softball as well as basketball. So it's going to be It's going to help blow this town up and bring a lot more revenue into the district.
Well, you know what? You just talked about the other sports. You know, you talk about baseball and softball. Those complexes are going to be phenomenal. The baseball stadium, in my opinion, may be one of I think it'll be the best absolutely in East Texas, but it may be one of the best in all of Texas, the way it is designed. And another cool thing about the new football stadium, and I was telling Stephanie this the other day, that the way the stadium is set, in the backdrop are all those pine trees that kind of come right around the stadium. That is going to hold that sound inside that stadium. That place is going to be loud and rocking.
You know, I had a conversation with Austin Taylor about that. Like, you know, what's it going to feel like when you get into that stadium, whenever it may be, when you get in there and the crowd is just going to be rocking. And he told me, like, I may brown my pants. I don't know. So, because I would hope not. But, man, he told me it was going to be very, very electric whenever we get in there for the first time. Hopefully it will be very, very soon as Lewis lays this one out for Hunter Lorenz. Just in and out of the hands of the junior wide receiver. He made a really great run after the catch a little bit ago, but that one just slipping out of his fingertips there. But that's going to be another one of the big targets for Austin Taylor this year. And, you know, one thing about having chemistry on the field, there's another thing about having chemistry off the field. And him and Hunter are very, very good friends. You know, we all attend Northside Baptist Church together, who's going to be our halftime sponsor once again this year. So we thank the great folks at Northside, my home church. But they work out together, they hang out together, they're with each other all the time. And I think, Brian, it's really critical to have that great chemistry with your teammates even off the field.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Think about, you think about the high school level. And not all, but I would venture to guess the majority of these student athletes have grown up since elementary school together. You know, you think about that. I mean, that's, that's 7, 8 years, whatever it is, of being right there together, knowing each other's families, knowing each other from the inside and out. And the chemistry that builds, man, is incredible. So, yeah, it's and the cool thing is if you're a quarterback and your best friend or whatever is your wide receiver, the camaraderie and, those guys will know what each other are thinking without even worrying about it. But, you got to finish the play, man. You got to catch the football.
That's right. You got to finish the football. So it looks like we are nearing the completion of just the back and forth reps, and we'll get into some actual live football with time on our side as well. So we're going to step aside, take a brief break. When we come back, we'll bring you the rest of this scrimmage between the Lufkin Panthers and the Huntsville Hornets right here on your home for the Huntsville Hornets. 101.7 KSAM YouTube channel, the home of the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. We'll be back in a moment. We'll have to figure that out when we have to be outdoors for games.
And if you go, they'll look at you. They'll all go out there, they'll watch you, they'll look at you, kind of inspection, like your uniform and everything, because you got to look a certain way. Right?
McLaren? Yeah.
And you have a hair.
I don't
shave that off. What he's asking about. Like, you shave that off. I was trying to get them to sponsor at the radio station.
Welcome you back here to Abe Martin Stadium in Lufkin. We got the first teamers back out there, so we're going to see if this is going to start it. Yep, there goes the clock. We are now underway with the quarters as Austin Taylor rolls to his right, and it's in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, looking for Melton Green there on a crossing route to the right side. So quarter play now underway here in Lufkin between the Lufkin Panthers and the Huntsville Hornets. If you're just joining us, I'm Carlos Zimmermann. Alongside of me is Brian Adams. Now going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Hornets here as we now begin the very, very fun part of the scrimmage.
Yep, yeah, Taylor just doing a sprint out to his right. Green coming across the field from his left on a drag pattern. Just the ball's a little bit
hometown proud, Hornet strong. KSAM is your hometown radio station.
As Taylor claps out of the gun, gets the snap, hands it off, running this one left side. Braylon Phelps slips a couple of would-be tacklers, pushing his way forward. Nice healthy gain for the junior running back. Bring it 3rd down and 1 now for the Hornets.
Yep, inside handoff up the middle. Great run after contact. I mean, he was hit 3 or 4 times, kept his feet moving. Yeah, I tell you, the Hornets got some depth at running back, and Phelps he cuts it upfield and picks up first down and much more, showing his speed. But it's going to be a holding call, I believe, going to bring the Hornets back.
So instead of 1st down and 10, we're looking at probably 3rd down and 11 for the Hornets. You see Austin Taylor down there doing all the signal calling here. Receivers out there with him, Peyton Pryor, Melton Green, along with Savion Conte as well.
So this is important. You got a young offensive line. You've got 3rd and 11. They've got to hold these blocks a little bit longer to give Austin Taylor the time and let the play develop and get his receivers open.
As you see on your screen, 3 wide out set. Taylor lining up in the gun, 4 up on the line for the Lufkin Panthers. Taylor claps, gets a snap, he'll drop back. Line holding, Freeman coming on the blitz, throws into traffic, it falls incomplete, looking for Melton Green. A pair of Lufkin Panthers there in coverage, and that'll bring the punting unit out.
Yeah, dangerous pass right up the middle there by Taylor. He was double covered really well, throws it up. Sometimes you got to look at alternative options.
And you don't always have to go with plan A.
That's exactly right.
That's why you have 3 receivers out there with you. Plan B, plan C. You don't need to force it where it doesn't need to be forced.
Yep.
11-3 on the game clock. Ball's at the 29-yard line as you see. 4th down and 11. Joseph Mejia back to punt this one away. Back deep to receive here. Looks to be the senior wideout, Braden Murphy, for the Panthers. Mejia's kick spiraling through the air and is fair caught there at the 40-yard line of Lufkin by Braden Murphy, and that'll turn it over to the Lufkin offense. Led out there by their senior quarterback, T.J. Hammond. A flank of receivers and running backs with him as well, and now the Hornet defense will get an opportunity here to see and strut their stuff. Again, we talked about that linebacker core earlier of Jawan Giddens, Shiloh Jones, Trayvon Johnson. A very stout secondary, but that front 4 is going to be critical for the Hornets this year. Led, of course, by Kadarian Easley up the middle and Zach Moss on the right side. Hammond in the shotgun with 2 backs, hands it off to one of those backs, running this one up the middle. Gaining a few yards here is Kedron Young, senior running back for the Panthers. Looks to be about a gain of 7.
No, nice little run there by the Panthers. You know, it was just a handoff kind of up the middle, but the running back let the play develop and let the blocks happen, and he's kind of just scooting his way through, you know, and picks up 7 yards. Man, that is that's the way to run the ball.
And if you're hearing some like glitching sounds on our side here, the heat has been really taking a toll on our equipment, so we do apologize for that if that continues to persist. Here's another good run. The Hornets had him stopped around the current line of scrimmage, but he kept on chugging forward. The big number 26, Gavin Phillips. That's enough to move the chains for a first. And 10-13 left to go here in this first quarter, brought to you by Advantage Specialties. And Lufkin moving the ball with the ball right there at the century line in 50-yard line.
Now watch Lufkin. They may try to go, they just picked up a first down. They may try to stretch the field and go vertical right here.
Secondary's got to be frosty here. Motion out of the backfield here is Young, looking to throw is Hammond. Staying in the gun, pressure breaking down on him. Hammond seeing rolling to his right here, throws it up over the top for Young. He's got him at the 20-yard line and spun down inside the 10 there by Jeremiah Winfrey. A good, healthy catch and run of about 41 yards for the Panthers, has them first and goal.
Well, nice pass and catch right there. You pick up a first down, you got the momentum. Why not go deep? They nailed it. The wide receiver had about a 3-yard separation from the defender. Nice pass, nice catch.
You called it, my friend, right there. Wanted to spread the field out and go vertical. That's exactly what they did. 9:35 left to go. in this first quarter of play in this scrimmage between the Lufkin Panthers and the Huntsville Hornets on the 101.7 KSAM YouTube channel and the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. Two backs here for T.J. Hammond and three wide receivers. Hammond gets the snap, throws this one towards the flat, has his man, and cutting it to the end zone for a 9-yard gain. And the touchdown is Braden Murphy, but a flag does come in.
Yeah, it looks like that may be against Lufkin.
This one may be coming back. That laundry on the field brought to you by A&D Propane. It is holding on Lufkin, so that ball is going to come on back 10 yards. It'll be second down, or actually first and 15, so only a few yards it'll go back. Seeing what I'm seeing on the scoreboard here. Clock stopped at 9:16. Looking down below us here, a lot of Lufkin fans, but I see some Hornet green in the crowd.
You know what? You're right, Carlos, for a scrimmage game. But again, it's Texas football, so I don't expect anything less than a big crowd. But it is a really good crowd here tonight.
Motion man coming across from left to right is Braden Murphy. His hand gets the snap, and now a flag flies in. Looking at the dead. So, more luck around the field. Brought to you by A&D Propane.
Yeah,
false start on Lufkin.
Yeah, false start. Again, this is the first time these two teams have played live football against an opponent, so we expect a lot of penalties.
Of course, head coach Rodney Southern there, flanked by his incredible staff. So first down and goal to go. It's 20 yards for Lufkin. Hammond working out of the gun, gets the snap. He'll hand this one off, ran this one straight ahead, and a lot of space here for the big Gavin Phillips. Tackled down at the 1-yard line. Gain of 19 on that run to bring second and goal.
Boy, that was just a straight handoff up the middle, and my goodness, he is a big running back, and he just steamrolled his way down to the 1-yard line. Great run.
Only a junior at that, so he'll line up here on the right side of him that you see there. DeMarcus Chin, the other running back there in the backfield. Second and goal, handed off again to Williams. Why not? Bounces off the one Hornet and stretches into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers.
Well, there you go. You get the ball, you run it down your opponent's throat, and that's what they did right there on their opening drive.
The Hornet defense kind of beat up there on that drive, especially that long ball of 41 yards thrown by T.J. Hammond to Kedron Young. And that'll set up the field goal or the extra point unit now. Nolan Hansard. One to kick this one. Snap will come away here in a few moments. Snap is away. Hold is down. The kick is up by there. Oh, hit the upright, and it's no good.
Oh, man.
Man, that kind of hit off the right upright there, and so missed extra point there by Lufkin to make it 6-0 with 8:12 left to go in the first.
We were talking about it at the show. Yep. How important every point is. Even the extra point is hugely important. You never know. That may cost them before this is all said and done.
And, I mean, granted, again, it is a scrimmage, but either way, this is the kind of action you want. You want to go up against other teams. So, no kickoffs here. They're just going to trade the ball left and right here once we get through all of this quarter play. And Austin Taylor and company will trot out here and work the offense again here from the 25.
You know, I remember when Rodney Southern was talking about Lufkin as a potential scrimmage opponent. And again, it's been 4 or 5 years in a row they've scrimmaged in preseason. And the reason he does that is Lufkin has always been a very good football team. Always kind of been in the division ahead of us, and it's always good to play somebody a little bit bigger than yourself to gauge yourself prior to the season.
Run here by Braylon Phelps. Slips a couple of whippy tacklers around the 30 and down to the 34-yard line. After Lufkin got to him towards the back, he was able to turn nothing into something. And it's now second down and 6 for Huntsville as we work inside 8 minutes in this first quarter. New personnel out there now. Hunter Lorenz, one of the wide receivers at the disposal of Austin Taylor. He's got Peyton Pryor, Milton Green, a line up in the slot there on the far side. One back with Taylor. 6 in the box for Lufkin. Handoff running this one right side as Phelps. That time he got swallowed up before he could get any forward momentum. It'll be a loss of 2 for Phelps, and they'll bring up third down.
Yeah, it looked like Lufkin had a blitz on. Their linebackers just shot the gaps. There's nowhere for Phelps to go.
And tonight's broadcast brought to you by our friends at Bill Fick Ford. As we got third down and 8 for the Hornets. Working this one from left to right as you see on your screen. Phelps is the running back. Taylor is the quarterback. Phelps will line up on his left side. Taylor lining up in the gun here. 3-man rush, it appears, for the Panthers. It is only 3-man here. Taylor has time in the pocket. Fires this one deep, looking for Hunter Lorenz, but it falls to the turf incomplete. Taylor had a little bit of pressure in his face there. Back in coverage was Brian Rogers, the senior DB. And, well, the punt unit for the Hornets will have to come back out.
Well, 2 possessions and 2 punts for the Hornets. fixing to kick it to Lufkin, who will start their second possession. But, again, this is a scrimmage, and, coaches get to evaluate their players. And, again, there's still guys fighting for roster spots and things like that. So Hornets need to do a little bit better job than what they've done so far tonight.
Shiloh Jones will be the deep snapper here. Snapping this one away to Joseph Mejia. And that'll be a delay of game on the Hornets, as they were trying to get some more personnel out there at the last minute. Braylon Phillips coming in a bit late. That stops the clock at 6 minutes and 47 seconds in this first quarter of play. And now the Hornets will have to back up a few yards, 5 to be exact. It'll be 4th down and 13, ball at the 27. Back deep to receive, Kavondrick Taylor, the junior wide receiver for the Panthers. Snap is away by Jones. A little high, but Mejia was able to get it away here. Will it make it to midfield? No, it will not. It'll only get to the 46-yard line or so. So not a great punt by Mejia, but he did have to fight it a little bit just to get it cleanly. So Lufkin will have a short field of work here for their second possession.
Well, the Hornets, not to be too critical just because it is a scrimmage game, but, you don't want to give these gifts, I call it, to your opponent. And the last 2 times, Lufkin started their drive on their 40-yard line. Now they're starting on the Hornet 46-yard line. You just can't do that.
Well, you and I talked about it we saw it a lot last year. There were a lot of times where, teams had short fields of work against Huntsville. And it really proved to be costly in a couple of critical games down the stretch of the season. So things they're going to continue to work on as the season progresses. Here's a handoff here, running this one left side, bouncing off of one of his own linemen here is Keatron Young, and he turns a really healthy gain out. Gain of 8 to be exact. 2nd down and 2 coming up. 6:20 left in the first.
Nice tackle there by Shiloh Jones. Boy, he's a heck of an athlete there at linebacker. I'm telling you, man, you got Schroeder. You got some dudes back there that can play some ball.
And you look at that, outside of a couple of Hornets on that defensive line, they are all returners from last year. The only 2 that I see out there that are not returners are Isaiah Lewis and Tyler Smith, and they're the middle 2 on that defensive line on the outsides of Kadarian Easley and Zach Moss. As the snap is away by Hammond, and it's a fake here. They throw it into the backfield here, and a wide receiver running with a lot of room in front of him. Still going down near the red zone. Taking this one very, very far, Braden Murphy. The Hornets had it scouted decently, but Murphy made a couple of good moves and was able to get free for more yardage. Down to 21 officially.
Yep, first down for Luck, and nice run after the catch, man. It's textbook football.
If I remember correctly from last year's scrimmage, Hornets did have a little bit of time trying to adjust and get ready for the 2 quarters of play last year. It came down to a final play on who was going to win the scrimmage or not. Hammond gets the snap, hands this one off, running this one straight into a pile of Hornets. This is Bakari Murphy, senior running back. Slew of Hornets getting in there on the stop. Jaden Bradford, sophomore D-lineman. Along with Zach Moss, they'll bring up 2nd down, 6. Inside 5 minutes to go here in this first quarter of play. 6-0 Lufkin. We're up on the line here for the Hornets in that very, very stout defense. Jones and Giddens right there at the linebacker core. Play action fake, throwing this one into the flat, making the catch, but short of the line to gain is Kavondrick Taylor. Forward progress gives him the 13-yard line. They'll bring up 3rd down and short for Lufkin. J-Bug, Jeremiah Winfrey on the stop.
Well, I think this is the biggest play so far in this first scrimmage of the year. You got 3rd and 2. And this is a big time opportunity for the Hornet defense to stuff them and make them make a decision. Kick the ball or go for it on 4th.
Hammond lined up here, double shotgun. 2 running backs with him, 3 wideouts, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Hammond will clap, get the snap, throw into the flat. Nobody there, so a lot of room here for another wide receiver for the Lufkin Panthers as they get first down. Quincy Kuti, the junior wide receiver, making that catch there.
That's a great read by Lufkin. He looked over here, saw single coverage, and they called it, and they hit it, and picked that first up.
So 1st and goal once again for Lufkin. 3:43 left to go here in the first as the keeper here for the quarterback in Hammond. Cole Schroeder was able to get to him first and keep him out of the end zone as Big 99 Fred Oladelli and Jaden Bradford finished him off.
Number 90, Jaden Bradford.
So you do have a lot of young talent on that D-line for the Hornets, with JT Cole making the switch to the offensive side. Hammond gets the snap, running this one forward, but not able to get into the end zone as the ball looked like it may have popped free for a moment as I saw one of the referees run in there and throw something, but number 26, Gavin Phillips, was not able to get into the end zone. So 3rd down and goal. Only 1 yard to go here for Lufkin, really half a yard. We'll see what play call they decide to go with here. The Hornets have done a good job keeping them out for the time being, but would be a huge stand here if they can make it happen. 2:52 left to go here in this first quarter here in Lufkin 6-0 Panthers. Hammond hands this one straight off, and running that one hard into the end zone once again is Gavin Phillips. He's got 2 of the touchdowns tonight. Makes it 12-0.
Yeah, Gavin Phillips, he's that junior man. He is an absolute stud. I don't know how tall he is. He looks at least 6 foot. But he's got good mobility, and, I mean, he can take some hits and he can stay on his feet. He's a good running back.
Nolan Hansard will be back to kick this one again. Missed the extra point last time off the right upright. Snap is away. The hold is good. The kick by Hansard this time splits the uprights and is good. So 13-0 in favor of Lufkin with 2:46 left to go here in this first quarter of play.
Well, so we talked about a little while ago, Carlos, giving them a short field. Every time the Hornets have given somebody a short field, and this goes back to last year as well, the results are good for the Hornets. And again, right there, Lufkin started the ball on the Hornets side of the field, ran it down, scored. You can't do that. You got to put the opponent back and make them at least go 80 yards or do the best you can, because short fields lead to points.
New quarterback at the helm now is the sophomore quarterback, Marcus Lewis. Lewis in the gun, gets the snap, hands this one off on a brief delay to Phelps, but nothing there. They'll maybe even mark him back half a yard. Now he'll make the switch. No gainer that time for Braylon Phelps as the Lufkin interior line was able to crash in on the Hornet O-line. Again, this Hornet O-line is going to need some time to continue to gel and figure things out. A new feature this year, they've got a tight end out there to help on the offensive line. That is junior tight end Seth Johnson on the left side of that offensive line for the Hornets. Lewis in the gun, 3 receivers, 3 up on the line here as it is a 3-man rush. Phelps running this one left side, but nothing there once again for the Hornets as they could not get any holes to open up there on that left side.
Yeah, Lufkin right now is a part of the scrimmage is winning the battle at the line of scrimmage for sure. I mean, every play there's a purple shirt in the backfield. And at some point in time, you got to step up. I mean, you've got to open some holes. You've got to give your quarterback some time to throw. And so far early in the scrimmage, hadn't been any of that.
So 3rd down and long for the Hornets, 11 yards. Minute and a half left to go in this first quarter. 13-0 Panthers. Lewis claps once, tries to get the line to jump. Now he gets the snap. He'll drop back looking to throw. Staying in the pocket, but the pocket's collapsing. Trying to get free, but he is not going to be able to get free there. Big number 84 coming in or 94, I should say. Brendan Baker, the senior D lineman, making the sack on Lewis, and the Hornets once again go 3 and out.
Yep. 3 and out. I mean, there's no offense so far tonight for the Hornets. They've got to figure that out. And again, it's a scrimmage, and they will. But even in a scrimmage, you want to go out. You want to win the scrimmage too. I don't care who you are.
Mejia back to punt for his 3rd time tonight. Devondre Taylor, the junior wideout, will be back deep to receive. He stands right at the Panther logo at midfield. Mejia's first punt was rather clean. His second punt was not quite his best. We'll see what he's got here on his 3rd one of the night. And we've got a whistle. The Hornets not get it off again. No, they did not. Another delay of game for Huntsville. Back them up 5.
Penalty marker on the field, delay of game.
Clock stopped at 38 seconds in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, again, that's, again, it is the very first scrimmage of the year, and they'll work these things out. But, man, that is the punter in this particular case. He needs to see the clock and understand the situation, and Mejia didn't see that.
He'll get this one cleanly, gets it away here. A high booming punt. Not going to make it to midfield, though. Oh, and it takes a Lufkin bounce, too. So Peyton Pryor will down that one at the 35-yard line, but that's the second punt that doesn't quite get to the 50. Another short field of work. With 20 seconds left to go in this first quarter, Lufkin will retake the field. That is it for TJ Hammond. So here comes the backup sophomore QB, Javion Johnson, I should say.
Well, Lufkin's first drive was from their 40. The second drive was from the 146. Their third drive was from the 135.
So they just keep inching their way forward.
They did. They kind of just moving towards our end zone.
We'll see what the backup here, Javion Johnson, has for the Hornet defense. We've got some other new faces out there. He'll hand this one off. Running this one to the left side is the senior running back, Bakari Murphy. Only able to get 2 on that play. A couple of Hornets swarming on him there. Jawan Giddens being one of them. 2nd down and 8 coming up here, and that should take us to the end of this Advantage Specialties first quarter of play. So the teams will Flip sides and play one more quarter. Lufkin leads 13-0. That's the quarter for you. When we return, you're watching Huntsville Hornet football on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. Back here at Abe Martin Stadium, second quarter ready to get underway. It's 13-0 Lufkin as Javion Johnson's first throw of the second quarter does fall to the turf incomplete, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 for the Lufkin Panthers. Lufkin getting 2 touchdowns in that first quarter here in this scrimmage. If you are just joining us, we'll throw it over to our third member of our crew, Kendall Morris, in just a little bit. If the possessions are to change here, let's see what this Hornet defense has here. Coming into this 3rd down play, Carlos Zimmermann alongside of Brian Adams here on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. Glad to have you with us tonight. Johnson lines up here with 2 backs, 3 receivers. He gets the snap. He looks to throw. Throws this one to the right side, and it's picked off! The Texas Tech commit, Isaiah Collins, with the interception.
Nice play there by Collins. He saw the throw. He kind of was watching the quarterback's eyes, stepped in front of it, picks it off for the Hornets. Nice play there by Isaiah.
Actually, we'll switch it over now to Luke Scott. He's down on the sideline for us. Oh, Luke! Could be the momentum jolt the Hornets need here in this second quarter. Oh, I think you forgot to turn the mic on again.
Yeah, nice. Isaiah kind of just the quarterback's eyes. He saw him turn them hips, set his foot, and just with you're trained to the corner, planning exactly what we did, picked it off and got some yards back. And
you can't ask for much better than that, folks. So Isaiah Collins making the pick, and that'll give the Hornet offense here an opportunity. Marcus Lewis once again at the helm. Austin Taylor off the field for the time being. It's 2nd down and 8 for the Hornets. 11:22 left in this second quarter, our last quarter. Lewis.
This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network, 101.7 KSAM Huntsville, and on the KSAM mobile app, Sting 'em Hornets.
I'm senior offensive lineman JT Crow. You're listening to 101.7 KSAM, home of Huntsville Hornets. Sting 'em.
moment before it fell to the turf. So 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, Conte just running a little 5 to 7 yard curl route, and it was man-to-man, so you're supposed to kind of keep coming across the field, and it looked like he stopped, and just kind of a miscommunication.
That's what they teach you. Never stop on your routes. Just keep on going. So I guess face mask on the offense of Huntsville.
You know,
Or no, holding, I should say. I'm sorry.
Conte was running a go route, and he beat his he beat the defensive back. But I think when he jumped, he kind of jumped off foot, and it threw off his concentration, I think, because, man, that was a very catchable ball.
Yeah, just beautiful ball there. Marcus Lewis stepped into the throw, and Conte had his defender beat, but not able to come down with the catch. So Mejia back to punt for the 4th time tonight as Lufkin declined the penalty. And we'll see if Mejia can put some not junk, but jolt into this punt here now, working from right to left. Mejia will get this punt away. Nice punt here with the wind helping him. And it's fair caught at the 24-yard line. We now say bye to Steve Ricks as he is going to be taking off here. He hopped on earlier during when the teams were just doing back-and-forth reps, our former operations manager and program director at KSAM and the Lake. So we thank him for jumping on with us and look forward to seeing him again very, very soon. So now the Hornet defense, I should say, will work their way back out here. And that's the kind of thing, though, Brian, as you see more of the defense, they're going to continue to get tired. And that poise as well for the Lufkin offense. But a very nice punt by Mejia with the wind helping him. He's gone down at a respectable spot, their own 25.
Yeah, much better opportunity here for the defense, putting them back on their own 25 on this drive.
Quick personnel change here. Fred Ododelli, he comes now in lineup as the left end. Go up against Javion Johnson here with 2 backs. Johnson hands this one off, running this one right side is big 26 Gavin Phillips, but the Hornets are able to swarm to him at the 30, only 8-5 for Phillips.
On Lufkin's depth charts, do we have sizes at all?
No, we do not.
No, he's a big old boy.
Yeah. So someone that their district is going to have to keep an eye on as they roll into district play later on this year. So we'll see what happens for them going forward. Johnson now in 2nd down and 5 at the 30. Low snap. Flag comes out. Laundry on the field. Brought by A&D Propane. False start back on the 5. 10:20 left to go in this scrimmage. Again, only 2 quarters tonight. And again, we will chat with head coach Rodney Southern at the conclusion of this one. It's now 2nd down and 10 for Lufkin. Motion out of the backfield is Phillips. Johnson looks to throw. Pressure breaking down, but he's got a lot of real estate in front of him. Running this one to the right side, past the 30. He's got the first down at the 35. Bouncing off more would-be tacklers before 6 or 7 Hornets finally bring him down at the 42-yard line. Arm tackling's not going to get you anywhere if you try to get somebody down, so that's a healthy gain for Lufkin, and it moves the sticks.
Yeah, nice run there by Lufkin to pick up the first down, but the Hornets defense need to do a better job on pursuit. They're just, they just look kind of slow to me tonight.
Obviously, lots to work on before they kick off the new year. Next week against A&M Consolidated, the team they lost to at the start of last year. Johnson on first down, gets the snap, fakes the give, throws to the right, incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver in Braden Murphy. Covering was J-Bug, Jeremiah Winfrey, incomplete, 2nd down. Stops the clock at 9 minutes and 31 seconds left to go here. 13-0 lead for Lufkin, as you see on your screen. Johnson looking to his sideline here, and head coach Todd Quick. Flanked out there by his staff. Offensive coordinator Scott Green as they motion Phillips again out of the backfield. They throw left side, and that is caught out there by the wide receiver Kevondrick Taylor. He is brought down in a hurry by Shiloh Jones, and now we've got some extracurriculars.
Well,
that's not good.
No, there's no place for that in high school football. It happens, but it's unfortunate.
So flags came out there. Usually in those situations, you see flags on both teams, so they offset. And, the old saying goes, and I heard, a great guy in Casey Keeler say this at Bearcat practice the other day. The referee is always, 9 times out of 10, not going to see the first punch. But he'll see the retaliation.
100%.
So that's why they teach these kids, from Pee-wee football all the way up to the NFL. Don't retaliate.
I'll never forget, Carlos, one time we were playing at Bedrock Friday night. I don't remember the team, but the play was already way down the field, and one of the defenders hit me late.
Yeah.
And I retaliated. Mm-hmm. I've never gotten such a heated discussion with my head coach about that, and I'll never forget that as long as I live. You just can't do it.
So 3rd down and 5 for Lufkin. And we got a late sub here. That's going to be 12 men on the field here for Lufkin. So free play for the Hornets. Johnson does not break free as the ball hit the deck. Someone for Lufkin landed on it, but miscommunication here by the Panthers is going to cost them some yards.
Yeah, that's a nice play there by the Hornet defense there. That's that swarm mentality that Huntsville's famous for. They were all over the quarterback right there.
Yeah. I'll bring up 4th down, so it is a loss of down here for Lufkin. 12 men on the field. It still looks like Lufkin's a little confused here. Now they're working some personnel out with 9 minutes left to go here. So Huntsville makes a stop. Now the punting unit will come out. I don't even think Lufkin realized that it was a loss of down as there was too many men on the field. So the punting unit comes out for a first time tonight. So a great stand by the Hornets. Cole Schroeder back deep to receive this one. Nolan Hansard going to put this one away. 7 on the play clock. So he's going to have to get this one off in a hurry. Clock moving on 4th down and 9. Hansard sees the trouble. He gets it away. No. Too late. Delay of game, back him up 5.
Well, both punt teams have had a delay of game tonight. Got to watch the play clock.
Got to watch the play clock. And, I'll give Hansard credit. He knew the play clock was winding down, so he kept clapping his hands very furiously, but his deep snapper is not able to get it away to him in time. Matthew Chavez is the one to deep snap it here to Hansard. Back deep to receive Cole Schroeder. So let's see what this punting unit of the special teams is able to do here for the Hornets. It's Hansard right to the leather. This one is going to be fielded by Cole Schroeder, but he did call for the fair catch at the 37-yard line. So that's where the Hornet offense will take over. And it'll be Austin Taylor to come out and get these reps here with 8:16 left to go in the scrimmage here this evening.
First down, and they're in pretty good field position. This is an opportunity to go deep and stretch that field out, go vertical, kind of spread that defense out a little bit. That's the one thing I need to work on.
So both quarterbacks are actually going to be out there. Austin Taylor will take the snap. Lining up as the H-back is Marcus Lewis. Head coach Rodney Southern said before we got underway that they would use H-back quite a bit tonight as this one's thrown into the flat. Good move there at the 40-yard line and spinning his way forward for some forward progress. Let's see what Hornet that is down there making that catch from Austin Taylor. Milton Green the third. Nice healthy gain of 7. I'll bring up 2nd down and 3 for the Hornets. 7:51 left to go here, down 13-0.
Milton Green the third. His father's helped us with some broadcasts in the past.
Yes, he has.
Good athlete.
Taylor in the gun on 2nd down. Gets the snap. Hands this one off left side. Trying to cut it upfield is Braylon Phelps. He'll only get a yard on that one. That time is the young running back. And that'll bring up 3rd down and a pair for the Hornets. Trying to get that first Mocha turns it off first down of the night. Lots of receivers out here for the Hornets. See Roderick Smither, Hunter Lorenz. They are the 2 bookends on the wideouts. With Green in the slot here on the left side. Taylor on 3rd down. Gets the snap low and hands it off to Braylon Phelps. Forward progress will give him a Mocha turns it off first down.
Nice hard run up the middle. Got just enough for the first down. That's what the Hornets need. They need a little bit of positive momentum on their side there. And just some positive news.
Yes. Other way to put it. So 1st down and 10 from the Hornet 48, trying to get into Panther territory for the first time tonight. Taylor gets the snap. He'll drop back and throw. Looking for Roderick Smither, but it's off the top of his hands and incomplete. Nearly able to intercept that one on the bounce was a Marion Campbell, the corner. It falls to the turf, incomplete, stops the clock at 6:38, 2nd down.
Well, again, being an old quarterback, anytime the ball hits the receiver's hands, man, I got to catch it. And that went right through his hands. Got to bring the ball down.
Austin Taylor in the gun. 2nd down and 10. Claps, gets the snap, what's the throw, fires right side to Hunter Lorenz, and he hauls it in.
Nice pass there by Taylor. Just throws an absolute dart right in the numbers, man. Gets the first down. Great play.
Another Mokamoke first down for the Hornets. That combination there of Taylor and Lorenz is good for all they needed, 10 yards. That'll move the sticks, 6.5 to play.
Go vertical.
You got two options to the right, one down here to the left, Roderick Smither. One back with Taylor in the H-back, Marcus Lewis. Taylor gets the snap. He'll go vertical, throws this one, caught Melton Green, breaks the initial hit down to the 40-yard line. Gain of 3 on that play. That'll bring up, well, they'll only give him 2. He didn't quite get to the 40, so second down and 8. And a 2-yard pickup for number 2.
Well, great run by Green after the catch. I mean, he caught the ball behind the sticks, and he picked up 3 yards, net 2. But again, man, that could have been trouble.
Second down and 8 here. Austin Taylor claps, gets the snap, hands this one off. Running this one, Peyton Pryor stiffs on one man, but is not able to get away from his grasp. Only a gain of 1 that time for Pryor. That'll bring a third down and 7 for the Hornets. So that was Zion Williams that made the stop, the junior D lineman for Lufkin. As we're halfway through this second quarter, again, Huntsville down 13-0. The sun has all but set here. We're under the Friday night lights.
It's still 100 degrees.
Third down and 7. Taylor looking to throw. Lots of pressure on him now. He'll run this one, trying to get out of bounds before he gets to the sticks. And we'll stop the clock. It is fourth down. But it looks like it could be very manageable.
Yes, it does.
It's 4th and 3.
And the one thing Rodney Southern is not afraid to do is go for it on fourth down when it makes sense. Right here it makes sense.
So here we go. 4th down and 3 for the Hornets, needing the line to gain the 33. 5:11 left to go. Play clock at 15. Lots of time for Taylor. A low snap. Handed it off here to Phelps. Bounces off of one guy. Stiff arms another. He's got the first down across the 30. He's still got more. Actually, it's Pryor. Still chugging the legs. Inside the 10. What a run. Peyton Pryor.
What a great run by Peyton Pryor. Takes several hits. Spins out of it. Looked like he was going to be stopped short of the goal of the sticks. Takes it almost to the house.
He kept all those Panther defenders right on him. So Austin Taylor, he would love to be able to get this snap off here as Lufkin's not quite set here. Taylor, with 1st and goal, gets the snap. Hands it off. This is Pryor, I believe, running this one to the left side. He is short of the end zone at the 2-yard line with 4:51 left to go. Nice another run here by Peyton Pryor. And second down and goal to go here for Huntsville. Time not on their side right now, but it's almost starting to turn into a carbon copy of last year where the Hornets,
right,
down the stretch of that scrimmage, were able to get it near the end zone. Just an unfortunate incomplete pass prevented the Hornets from winning that scrimmage last year. So if Taylor can get this in pretty quick, he might have an opportunity to try and make a stop on Lufkin and get one more shot to try and win this thing. In the gun, Taylor gets the snap, hands it off. Running this one straight ahead, but stopped short of the end zone. Peyton Pryor once again. They'll bring up 3rd and goal. Jordan McClendon makes the stop there, the junior D lineman, and now the Hornets will switch some of this offense here, just trying to get some points on the board. 7 left to go. Play clock at 15. Lots of time for Taylor. A low snap. Handed it off here to Phelps. Bounces off of one guy. Stiff arms another. He's got the first down across the 30. He's still got more. Actually, it's Pryor. Still chugging the legs. Inside the 10. What a run. Peyton Pryor.
What a great run by Peyton Pryor. Takes several hits. Nice run up the middle by Phelps. Great job by the O-line to win the battle of the line of scrimmage. Get the Hornets in the end zone.
So Phelps caps off a very lengthy drive for the Hornets, but they do cash in for 6. They will not be shut out tonight with 3.5 minutes left to go here in Lufkin at Abe Martin Stadium. And now Joseph Mejia will be back to try and cap it off with an extra point. That extra point, of course, hopefully split the uprights. Brought to you by Nelson Amayas Collision Center. Hunter Lorenz is the holder. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick by Mejia is also good. 13-7, 3.5 to play between Lufkin and the Hornets, and we got a ball game down the stretch of this scrimmage.
Well, let me ask you this, Carlos. I know this is a scrimmage, and there's not much time left. And the kicking team's coming out for the Hornets. What do you think, man?
There's a shot here. I mean, they're still rolling with the second-team offense.
Oh, they're not kicking.
That's right.
That's right.
It's okay.
Never mind.
No, it's all good. But either way, the point still stands. Second-team offense out there, and the Hornets are rolling with their first-team offense, their defense. With it's actually really a mixed bag out there. I see Shiloh Jones. I see some other backups out there as well, getting some nice playing time here. Guys that I don't even have on my roster here. They're not on this sheet. Number 51's not on this sheet. I see McCork Norman out there. He's another one of those guys that switched from wide receiver and running back to linebacker. He'll line up against Shiloh Jones here on 1st down and 10 for Lufkin. Johnson, the quarterback, he hands this one off, and he is swallowed up right there at the line to gain. Big 99, Fred Oladelli making the stop there on the smaller running back, Kylan Coleman. They'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Nice play there by Oladelli. Defensive end for the Hornets just shoots through the gap, stops the runner for a 2-yard loss.
So
yeah.
I thought he had enough for forward progress, but instead they'll back him up. The 2nd and 12. Again, folks, I know this is a scrimmage, but Huntsville also has 3 timeouts to work with here. If they want to try and maybe cap this one off with a dub. Defense looking pretty stout right now. 2:47 left on the clock. Javion Johnson is the quarterback. Gets the snap. Hands this one off, running this one left side. Swallowed up in the backfield again by a couple of Hornets. That was DeMarcus Chin on the run. Trying to see that far side guy over there. Brent Carroll made the stop that time for the Hornets.
Well, that's a heck of a stop, too. He shot the gap, stuck his hat right in the running back's chest, dropped him for a loss.
It's a loss of 1. It brings up 3rd down and 13. 2:17 left to go. 13-7 Lufkin. Johnson in the shotgun. 4 receivers. Here comes the blitz off the left side. Trying to get free is Johnson. He's really in trouble there in the backfield. In pursuit is a pair of Hornets. McCourt Norman trying to get it on him. He's at the edge, but flag flies in. He is going to be short of the line to gain, but flags flying in from everywhere from the line judges. So this should be a block in the back. Luke, he's signaling to me here on the far side here. Luke, what you got?
Yeah, it looks like back. Just a second there in the backfield. Don't know what that was. They should be backing up. Look off the clock there.
There it is. It is indeed a block in the back on Lufkin. So thank you, Luke, for showing that us there, because that was on the far side. I couldn't get any look at that.
Yeah. You know, that's why I'm here.
Thank you.
Well, that's one of the things that all levels of football they are really watching now. Back in the old days, those blindside blocks when you just absolutely decapitate somebody, they don't do that anymore. They'll throw a flag in a heartbeat on those kind of plays, and of course that's what happened right there.
So with 1:55, this is 3rd and Nacogdoches to go for the Panthers. Trying to do quick math in my head here. That is 3rd and 26 for Lufkin here with 1:43 left to go. So a chance for the Hornets as Johnson still in trouble. Almost a safety. Still getting free. Finally fires it, but it popped right at the 25-yard line. Is the Lufkin receiver, J-Bug Jeremiah Winfrey, making the big stop. So the clock's going to continue to wind here, but Johnson a bit shaken up on that play. And now that's going to be stopping the clock here. Hopefully the young quarterback for Lufkin is okay, but he is down to a knee. While they continue, they tend to him, Brian. Well, we got our opportunity here. 1:18 in this scrimmage left to go. It's 4th and 15 for Lufkin.
And the Hornets are going to get the ball in very good field position. You got Cole Schroeder lined up on the 50-yard line to catch this punt. Great chance for the Hornets to come back here.
Hansard to punt this one away. Clock moving now to 1:10. He'll get this one away. Oh, not a punt at all. This ball is going to be not fair caught by Cole Schroeder. They'll let that one take a Huntsville bounce all the way down to the 37-yard line with 58 seconds left to go in this scrimmage. Here come the Hornets. And they will look to go with Marcus Lewis to try and get them in for 6 to try and put a cap on this one.
This is their opportunity. 58 seconds left in the scrimmage. Hornets got the ball in Lufkin territory.
Very nice Lufkin territory. You need 37 yards. Your field goal won't do you any good. You need 6 to tie it. Then the extra point will put you in front. Lost the scrimmage last year. Not sure beyond that, but you'd love to be able to start it with a win, no less. Give yourself some confidence going into this first game. Lewis in the shotgun, 3 receivers. He gets the snap. He drops back. Lots of time. Fires this one deep. Looking for his man, but it is out of the reach of his intended receiver, Milton Green III.
Man, alive.
Beautiful ball.
Milton Green was running a deep post route, and the ball was perfectly thrown, except for the fact that it was 2 yards in front.
Yep.
Good spiral on the ball, nice tight throw. Man, you got to hit those open receivers.
And I like what I'm seeing out of this young kid right here, Marcus Lewis. He's throwing a couple of really nice balls, just a couple of tweaks here and there.
Well, it's that vertical passing game, man. I'm telling you, you start working on that, getting better at that, man, you can eat up your opponent.
52 seconds left, 2nd down and 10 for the Hornets. Lewis gets the snap, looking to throw once again. Another deep ball, throwing this one to the sideline, and it's caught! And in for the touchdown!
Just like that, Carlos.
Wow!
What a pass and what a catch. Hit him on stride in the corner of the end zone. The Hornets tie the ball game up, tie the scrimmage up, 13-13.
I want to say that was Savion Conte that made that catch. I didn't quite see the number. It's a little dark out, and the numbers aren't meshing well with the uniforms. But, wow, what a throw by Marcus Lewis with 46 seconds left to go. And now we're at Joseph Mejia, Nelson Amaya's Collision Center, extra point away from taking the lead.
Well, we talk about how important extra points are.
Yep.
Here it is right here.
There it is right there. So Mejia put the Hornets in front. Snap is good. Hold is good as well. And the kick by Mejia splits the uprights. And the Hornets have the lead with 46 seconds left.
Man, that is a sign of a good team that can just get a beaten most of the scrimmage and then stay in it and then come back towards the end and take the lead.
Doesn't get any better than that, my friends. So the Hornets have the lead, 14-13. With 46 ticks left on the clock. And now Lufkin, seeing that they've got themselves into some trouble here, will go back to their starting quarterback, T.J. Hammond.
Well, here's important for the defenders. Do not let that receiver get behind you.
Hammond with 2 backs. 1st down and 10 at the 30. Hammond gets the snap, a low one. Looks to step up, works this one over the middle of the field. He will slide down at the 37-yard line. That is a gain of 3 from where he started the slide. That'll bring 7, I should say. They'll bring up 2nd down and 3, but the clock is moving with 28 seconds left to go. I don't know why Lufkin doesn't burn one of their timeouts.
20 seconds.
Kind of stunning here, but it is a scrimmage after all, so either way, it's 2nd down, 15 seconds left. Lufkin lost a lot of time there. Here comes the pressure of the Hornets. Got good containment. Hammond's in trouble. He's going to get spun down for a Hartfield Flores quarterback sack. Big K.D. Easley.
Boy, he is, I love it. He is fired up.
And that'll do it.
That is it. Your Hornets win.
So Huntsville down 13-0 entering the second quarter of play. And in this scrimmage, they're able to come away with a W. 14-13, your final here tonight at 8 Martin Stadium in Lufkin. Man, is this a sign of things to come? Well, we're going to have to wait and find out. But my goodness, what a great job by the Hornets tonight. A beautiful pass by Marcus Lewis, who we think is Savion Conte, to give the Hornets the lead. And then big Kadarian Easley, the big DT, making the big sack there on T.J. Hammond to cap this one here tonight in Lufkin. We're going to step aside and take a break. AB Squared Self-Storage postgame wrap-up is coming your way next. We'll talk with head coach Rodney Southern down to the sidelines with Luke Scott when we return from the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. This is KSAM Sports.
Halftime is a time of rest and refueling, a time to reflect and get ready for what is coming. Friends, Sundays are a great halftime for your life. The last week is behind you, and Sunday is a fresh start to a new week. It's to be a day of rest, a day to recharge. We believe there's no better place to do this than Northside Baptist Church. I invite you to come see us soon. I believe you'll be recharged.
Parking spaces for your car, boat, trailer, and RV, they have it all. AB Squared Self-Storage has 24-hour computerized gate access, around-the-clock security camera monitoring, no long-term lease commitment, and convenient payment options. Give them a call today at 936-755-5000 or reserve your space online at www.ab2selfstorage.com.
KSAM Hornet football continues.
We welcome you back here to Abe Martin Stadium in beautiful Lufkin, Texas. Just past 8:30 on a Friday night in the East Texas Piney Woods. Your final tonight in this scrimmage, the Hornets come out victorious, 14-13 over the Lufkin Panthers after being down 13-0 entering the second quarter, quote-unquote, also fourth quarter of the ball game as well. They come out on top in this scrimmage. While it is a scrimmage, still great to see. It's a vote of confidence for the Hornets as they roll into the regular season starting next week. As we welcome you into the AB Squared Self-Storage post-game wrap-up, I'm Carlos Zimmermann. Alongside of me is Brian Adams. Luke Scott is down on the sidelines for us. He will chat with head coach Rodney Southern when they come out to midfield here in just a few moments as the Hornets will break their huddle. Man, a good night for the Hornets. Lots of things they need to work on going into next week, but showed some promise there down the stretch of the ball game.
Yeah, 100% they did. And they started off slow, finished strong, and came away with a victory, man. I think that's the first time the Hornets have beat Lufkin since they started their little scrimmage in preseason.
Luke Scott will be bringing Mr. Coach Southern out here to midfield, and while they work their way over there, the Hornets again down 13-0. Got a touchdown from Braylon Phelps there towards the end. And then right there at the very end, how about Marcus Lewis? Throwing an absolute dime of a ball into the hands of Savion Conte, and the Hornets were able to come out on top. Let's send it down to the sideline with the winning head coach Rodney Southern. He's with Luke Scott.
Thank you, Carlos. Coach Rodney Southern with us. Coach, a good ending there to a pretty fun scrimmage. What did you see out of your team tonight?
Well, I thought in the live stuff we gave up too much early, but that running back and that running game they've got's really good. But it's not fighting, and we made two big plays: the fourth down stop, and then obviously the catch there by Savion. Big
juice there and physicality that really spurted the offense. We kind of struggled throughout the night, but then you kind of ran a little more faster. What's the difference in the offense from last year to this year? And you talk about the progression of the quarterback play and the O-line especially this year.
Well, the O-line, it's brand new. All those guys have either played a little bit or but none of ever started a varsity game on that side. JT obviously started a bunch for us defensively, but I thought, no more than we did. We ran the ball like we wanted to. We used our tight end a good bit. Both quarterbacks got opportunities. Marcus got the last opportunity and made the most of it. But that's what a scrimmage is for, to try to get as many guys in as many situations. We didn't play Trayshawn tonight, which would be another guy that's going to be in there, which will allow Braylon and Peyton to play a couple other spots as well. So good overall. We'll find the mistakes we made and correct those. But, anytime you can come in here and play toe-to-toe with Lufkin, you got to feel pretty good about it.
Coach, it's kind of a unique story there. Last year it came down to the final play and a catch that just didn't come through. And then tonight a big last play there. Talk about coming up this next Friday, your first game of the season. Talk about what the mindset and the message to the players are going to be today or throughout this next week.
Well, the big thing is it's for real now, and it's a whole game. And, we were hoping, obviously, it was going to be in our new stadium, but it's not. So, we'll make the best of the situation we got. I'm sure A&M, just like they always are, they're going to be a solid football team. I know offensively they're going to be really good because they've got both their backs and their 3-year starter at quarterback back. So, but we'll be ready and we'll have our kids prepared.
All right, appreciate it, Coach. Thank you for your time and good win tonight. Carlos, Brian, back to you.
Thank you very much, Luke, down there on the sidelines for us this evening. Him and Kendall Morris will share the sideline role this year. Luke will also find himself up here in the booth as well for a couple of ball games when you and I are traveling with the Sam Houston Bearcats. So, again, your final tonight, Lufkin falls short against your Hornets, 14-13. A great play there at the end, and the Hornets find themselves in a great position to set them up for next week. Brian, before we sign off here this evening on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network, just your final thoughts as we get ready. This was week 0. Week 1's next week.
Yeah, you know what? It's a win is a win is a win. And obviously this is the first live contact against an opponent all year long. I thought the Hornets started off kind of slow and had some butterflies and those kind of things, but I think they worked through that. And when they were down, they never gave up. That is the sign of a good team. That's what we just saw out there. Congratulations to the Hornets. That's the way to start it out.
Absolutely. So before we sign off here this evening, we're going to let you get a look ahead as to what is coming up here for the Huntsville Hornets going forward through the next few weeks with our upcoming schedule, brought to you by our friends at First Franklin Financial. You see it there for the Hornets. You'll catch every game on Hornet Vision on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. We head to Bowers next week as they take on the A&M Consolidated Tigers. Then they'll head on the road, take on the Bryan Vikings over there in Bryan College Station. And then you come back home for 2. You will play 1 game at Bowers against the Belton Tigers. And then fingers crossed, folks, that we will open the new stadium on September the 15th against the Clear Springs Chargers. That's what's coming up for Huntsville. On the other side of the coin for the Lufkin, they will open their season against the Tyler Legacy Raiders next week here at Abe Martin Stadium. They will actually play 3 straight here at Abe Martin. They'll face a rival in Nacogdoches. Steve Ricks talked about it earlier, Lufkin versus Nac. That's coming up on September the 1st. Then they'll host A&M Consolidated here at Abe Martin before they head on their first road game against the defending district champions in the Longview Lobos. That's a look at your upcoming schedule for the Huntsville Hornets and the Lufkin Panthers, brought to you by First Franklin Financial. Brian, my friend, it's great to be back up.
Man, it's awesome to be back, isn't it?
It's amazing. It's going to be a fun year for the Hornets, and we're glad to have you join us on the FM airwaves on KSAM as well as on the brand new home of the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network, the 101.7 KSAM YouTube channel. Before we go, I want to thank the entire crew here. Jordan Smith running the dials for us back here. Christian Hardcastle, I'm tired. Christian Cortez, Houston Hardcastle, Eric Mays, Colin Neal, Luke Scott down on the sidelines, Kendall Morris down here on the sidelines as well. And for my broadcast partner, Brian Adams, I'm Carlos Zimmermann. Thanks for joining us here tonight from Lufkin. We will see you next week at Elliott T. Bauer Stadium on the SHSU campus as the Hornets take on the A&M Consolidated Tigers. Have a great rest of your Friday evening. Enjoy the weekend, folks. And as always, friends, sting 'em, Hornets, and have a pleasant tomorrow. We'll see you next time here on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network. Good night.
This has been a KSAM Sports presentation. The 2023 Hornet season is proudly presented by Bill Fick Ford and by Advantage Specialties.